There is one more clip that you sent through, a suspected Yowie howl from Murra Murra, first howl in the series.
National Park. Yeah.
So take us through that if you could.
Well, a friend of mine said he'd been fishing in Hawkesbury and something weird happened to him from the bush. Something got thrown at him and like a rock and stuff, and then they took off. So he said, maybe go and have a look at that area. So I looked up, and the campground I could find was Murra Murra. It's like you can get in there by boat through Murra Murra Creek, which runs straight off the Hawkesbury River, or you hike in. So it's about a 7-kilometre hike. So we get down there, set up camp, and nothing really happened. And basically 11 o'clock or 11:15, this thing just started howling in the bush.
Right.
And this was taken from a little sound recorder I had on the other side of the creek. There's a tidal creek, so you got to wait for the tide to go down. And this thing was howling on and off for about 35 to 40 minutes. And it was it come down the ridge, and it ended up going through the creek. And there was another couple that were about 100 meters from us. They got out of their tent and set their fire put their fire on. That freaked them out.
Yeah.
And then it ran across into the bush. We got our torches and we're trying to search for where it was, and then it took off and it was gone. The next day, the guy he's actually come out with me researching since, and he said, I've been out the bush a lot of times and I've never heard anything make that noise. And one thing about the sound recording, it doesn't do justice of how loud it was. It was very loud, like no dog or person could have done it. And one thing about the sound of the noise was it never wavered. It was strong from the start to the peak to the end. So it was something that had a big lung set. So, and it was really loud. Like I just went, it echoed down the valley, and we were just like so ecstatic. We're quick, get the recording gear. And we just had like smiles on this big, and then we're just pointing our parabolic dishes up there. So it was, if I had this parabolic dish, it would be much clearer. Clearer. Trying to get the voice out. Clearer and louder. So, so listen to it. People can make of it what they think, but it's not a dog. I'm pretty sure it's not a dog. I've gone through wild dog howls. I've gone through dingo howls. It doesn't sound like that.
All right, well, let's listen to it. Yeah, I'd fucking get me fire going too. Jeez.
So what do you think of it? Do you think it could be a dog?
Dude, well, I mean, maybe. I mean, that's what you would think, right? Unless you're of your what you're out there doing, you would say that's a wolf or a dingo or something like that. But that's scary.
There's no houses up there. They are there, but they're way back. They're not right near the ridge. So why would there be a dog up there? But then again, what come down the actual ridge and went through the tidal creek that was chest height, that was freezing cold? This is July.
Yeah.
I think it was June or July. So it was freezing cold. And then it went over and ran into the bush. So it was all that was all linked together from the howls. And what we think it was, the howls were more like it was calling out like the wood knocks, like, where are you other guys? Where are you? But if we heard another howl coming from somewhere else, it would have been like, oh shit, I think we're in trouble. But
I mean,
we were ecstatic.
Like with my dogs, sometimes Littlefoot, in the middle of the night, he'll howl just in a dream, and it doesn't sound like a noise he would make. Like it's very guttural, and it's like, sort of this primal sort of noise they can make. Maybe there was wild dogs in the area calling out to each other. I mean, I'll play it again, and I'm sorry you can't hear it. I did Google how to do that through Zoom. But
I've heard. I was there. I recorded.
I'm sure. No doubt. But I'll play it right now. It's creepy. It's definitely
if
creepy.
If you're there and you're just a camper and you're going to go camping on and off here and there and you hear that, that's what the other couple did. The first thing they did was get out and just start a massive fire just got branches and that and put there because I was like later on, oh, did you make the fire because you were freaking out? And the guy, Curdy, goes, yeah, Mrs. was crying. She was freaking out.
What did they think it was?
They weren't sure, but then they come up to us and we said, oh, we're here Yowie researching. And then Kurt's like, oh, yeah, I'm into them. Like, yeah, I want to come out with his, like, pretty much straight away. He was intrigued. Like, I want to know what that was. He goes, because it ran through the bush. Didn't you hear it? I said, yeah, we put our torches on. He goes, yeah, I've seen it. And I'm going, what howls for like 40 minutes on and off? Like every 2 or 3 minutes, it just howled. It was 3 or 4 times. And well, they would just film with a little sound recorder. I've got a bigger one now, but basically you just turn it on, leave it in the bush and let it go. And that's what picked up the first howl. The next ones were a parabolic dish, but that was the best one of the set. But on and off for 40 minutes. And it was loud. It never kind of went from being loud at the start to get tired. And the noises weren't as loud as later on, but this thing just kept pumping that sound of its lungs. Like, it was huge. So my wife was there with us, and I got a sound recording, and she was stoking the fire too. So she wasn't the only one that was scared.
Man, that would be terrifying to hear that.